Everybody wants to rule the world. Welcome to your life. There's no turning back.
Why are we doing this?
Just because. We're going to read the lyrics and just because. I feel like it. It's a thing that I'm going to do. You watch. All right?
Okay.
All right.
Dun dun dun, dun dun dun. In a world of pure imagination.
I like it. Keep going. Keep going.
No, that's when.
Don't laugh your way out of it.
No, I don't know the words. I can just do like dun dun dee.
I want to.
You and me.
Look, I want to read. I want to read.
Welcome to another exciting edition of the Unfinished Basement Podcast alongside
Bill.
Timothy.
And I'm Matt.
Matt, yo, we love him.
Good job.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I want to.
You stumbled there. You saved that with excitement.
I'm very.
You threw
I
excitement
don't like
now.
attention.
That was
I don't
good.
like
He doesn't
attention,
like
so
attention.
You're
I
not
wanna
getting
not
it.
He doesn't like
You're not
attention.
getting it, so it's not a big deal.
Get out of here. You don't
So
like attention.
the do or die 5-year anniversary went down. Timothy went with his son Dylan.
Was a hit.
I did
it
not
was a
attend.
hit.
I
Huge
did
hit.
not attend
Well,
at any time.
That's fine.
I drove by 3 times that day and saw the tents and canopies out there.
It was a great scene. The kids had a great time.
I thought I was at a block party in Mayfair.
Wow. That's not a bad thing. Not
Well,
necessarily.
it depends on who you ask.
Ray Petty of Cosmic Primate Tattoo was doing face painting.
He was there doing face
He
painting?
was there.
Really?
Tessio Nicky was singing
Really?
in the back. Micah was on the grill, grilling hot dogs.
Rocky Amadeo was doing kick flips. Or no, that was 10 years ago. Never mind. I apologize.
20-something years ago. But it was a good time had by all. Lindsay Cave did an exquisite job on my haircut. And I just want to say it was a great time for charity, the Good Earth Charter School. And they did a great job.
Yeah,
the ladies
it really.
At Do or Die did a great job.
Can we get a round of
Tim
applause
showed
for them?
up. And,
Yeah,
Tim,
please.
and Tim showed up with Dylan. And
he got a haircut.
Yeah.
Lauren Mackenzie Griffiths.
and Tim is usually against
Soon to be Mackenzie again. No, I kid.
men getting a haircut at a salon, but he put it aside for charity, and that's what we do.
And you know
on
what
the
also?
podcast.
Yuri-
We believe in charity and
Right.
education.
And Yuri's was closed. So why not? You know what I mean? It was good.
What
So-
was this on?
We're going to interrupt Matt and have a moment of silence for Bill. Just, what was this on, he says.
What?
Nothing.
What was what on?
Bill was just like, what was this on?
No. My question, what I was going to say is...
He meant something, but he said
Does
something.
Yuri close on Sundays now?
Oh, absolutely. He's been for years.
I didn't know that.
Where the hell you been, boy?
I haven't gone to him for a while, man.
All right.
He's also a do or die client, Lindsay Cave.
Lindsay's very good.
She is very
Absolutely.
good.
She's
is
great.
Very, very good.
When I left, and I'm being serious.
She's
when-
got talent and skill.
Listen,
We know.
I can't
We know.
avoid the fact.
We
When
know.
She trims my beard
She
better
trims
than
the
I
beard.
can.
Really?
But listen, when I left, I said, Lindsay,
You
wow.
get the hot towel, you get the shampoo.
Get the hell,
Yeah.
the hot tail?
It's not a bad thing.
Listen,
Jesus
when
Christ.
I left
I had
it-
one of them in Chinatown. It was amazing. The hot tail.
Listen,
Before and after, by
when
the
I
way.
Of
left-
course, hopefully after.
when I left, I said, Lindsay, I really feel like $1 million.
Absolutely.
And she said, you know what, Maddie, you look like $1 million. They raise your self-confidence, and they...
Then Matt left and they all laughed hysterically.
It's probably true. But it
She
was...
played you like a fiddle.
Yeah.
You know what? Lindsay has an interesting... She's like a psychiatrist. When you don't even want to talk about something, she can make you... She's just like... She just gets it out of you.
You're weak, which
Well, it's
explains.
true.
It's not hard to get out of you.
It's true.
You know?
You know, I worked with a guy named Steve who was so good. If you wanted to keep something mum, you couldn't do it when you were working with Steve.
It's a talent that some people have.
He even said, I'm the fucking best at it. And he knew. You know what I mean?
Lindsay's just like that. I'm sitting in the chair and I'm like, no, I'm not going to talk about this. And then it just...
All right. You can continue on your speech,
no.
but first, let me just, in honor of Colin Kaepernick, let me just do a little pledge of allegiance before we start the rest of the show.
Should I? I feel.
No, it's fine. It's just you can if you want to, Bill.
Well,
I don't
my
care.
hat's
Well,
off.
Or your hat's off. That's respectable. I'm just doing it for the audio effect, but we
gonna
don't
have
have.
to
I mean,
the cameras are not shining.
I'm gonna have to stand.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation,
nation,
under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
All right, nice job.
Thank you.
I don't know. I know that you guys did that in a serious way because I could see it, but it was a little bit of mockery.
Yes, we were laughing at the
mocking Colin
dork. The
Kaepernick,
dork, yeah,
yeah.
because he's a creep.
Yes.
And he doesn't know what he's
Obviously,
talking
He's
about.
out of his mind.
He doesn't know what he's talking
Yes, in fact, yes.
And he doesn't hate this country when he cashes his paychecks.
about. And he wore a
for
Fidel
throwing a
Castro
football.
shirt after the game.
Wow.
Did he?
Yeah.
Wow.
No,
So,
he didn't.
no, he definitely did.
He wore a Fidel Castro.
This is correct.
I did not
Yeah.
know. Did
So
he
then-
know what kind of shirt he was wearing?
Well, I don't think he's.
Obviously.
You want to talk about oppression?
I don't think he's muy inteligente, but you know. But then I listened to Mike Missinelli today on the way home from work, and it's just pandering. It's like, give me a break. Why don't you stand up for something?
Well, listen, I don't like to get into political topics.
Yeah, I hear you.
But the guy doesn't know what he's talking about.
No.
Colin Kaepernick.
Right.
First off, police brutality is not the number one thing, I believe, because I've talked, people I work with, African Americans, blacks, who live down
Both
in
of them.
Philly. Both
And
of
then
them.
some.
That's not the number one problem that's going on in that, in their, I don't know what you call it, in their
Daily life.
in their daily life.
There
It's
you
not
go.
police brutality.
What is it?
Well,
Yeah,
economics,
what is it?
unemployment. They believe that, the government, what happened was, I don't want to get into it, but what happened
But we're
was
going
obviously the warehouses, the factories closed down, the whites moved out, the blacks stayed, and there were no jobs. And so they believe it's a little institutional racism in the 60s, 50s, and 60s that allowed the whites to move out to the suburbs, and they stayed in. I don't want to get into it. What Colin Kaepernick did is wrong. If you're going to cash a check, if you're going to cash a
It's
big
like
check.
Timmy always says, just shut up. Just shut your mouth.
Do I say that?
Well, you said it in like 2 episodes ago.
Really?
You
To
said
who?
it. I forget who you were talking
wait a
about,
minute.
but the way you said
No.
it makes me. That's how I felt when I heard it.
Really?
You're like, just shut your mouth and do your job and shut up.
Really?
When you're getting paid that much money.
Well, no. I believe that there is a problem in this country, but what does LeBron James do? What did Magic Johnson do?
I don't know.
Magic Johnson created a lot of businesses in the inner city of Los Angeles,
Okay.
and he hired blacks to run the businesses, to give them CEO jobs, CFO jobs, stuff like
so
that.
they're actually doing
He's
something
doing
real.
an activity.
Oh, okay.
All Colin
Okay.
Kaepernick is
I like
doing
that.
is a gesture.
Right, that's
Do
what I said.
activity.
I don't think sitting down during the national
LeBron
anthem.
James does it in Akron.
Well, okay. And Akron, home to the Pretenders. Thank you very much.
Really?
Chrissy, absolutely. But to sit down during the national anthem, I can't think of a more effortless thing to do.
Yeah, it's just
What takes less effort than that?
Yeah, it's
Actually laying down?
It's just
You could have laid down.
you got to.
That would have been less effort.
What I'm saying is, do some action.
Yeah, exactly.
Like LeBron and like other people have with all the money you're making, $113 million, I believe.
What do you feel about biker gangs? Do you think they're inherently racist?
I don't know.
Because I said something like this one guy at work today. Oh, that guy's in a biker gang. He's like, oh, so he's racist.
Well, some people would
guess-
say that. I mean, because they're.
I'm sure there's some biker gangs that would be offended by that, though.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
You know, with a couple
there was-
black guys on the crew,
Yeah,
I'm sure they wouldn't care much for that.
You do see that.
It's
I know.
I mean, what are we
I
talking
know.
about here?
I don't know. Like, why not? We're jumping
Biker
around.
gangs
It's
weren't.
podcast.
They weren't what
It's
they
podcast.
were in the 70s.
No, they're not.
They were big then.
Now they got the crotch rockets.
They had those. They had FBI agents going in there secretly.
Oh my
to
God! Can you
become
imagine
part
that?
They were murdering people. They
Oh
were
my
having these
God.
peyote things out in the
They
desert.
were also they were like the meth traffickers.
yeah,
all over
sure.
the country.
all over the place.
still are in some
Are they?
places.
You ever notice-
Colorado. And JT Trost, a friend of the show's.
Oh,
might know
JT, yeah,
this-
yep,
Might
yep.
know this more than us, but I saw a special on
Not a meth head, by the way.
on the Discovery Channel, one of those shows about a biker gang, or Spike TV was doing documentaries on these biker gangs.
It wasn't Cozy
in
TV.
Colorado.
New home of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Cozy.
Cozy TV.
What do you mean?
You ever hear that channel? COZI.
Interesting.
Well, anyway,
channel,
proceed. Discovery
No,
Channel.
no, they were running. It was like organized crime.
Okay.
Biker gangs were similar to organized crime. They ran drug rings and.
You ever notice in the movies, Mafia always would beat up on the bikers?
Yes,
It's in like 10 movies.
And also
A
The
Bronx
Sopranos,
Tale.
they beat the living
Yeah,
shit out
it
of
happens all the time.
We're with the Vipers. They're making fun of the guy.
Yeah, it
Where's
should.
the- I forget the one movie. They're in the
Bronx
bar.
Tale.
Bronx Tale. They're
A
in the
Bronx
bar.
Tale.
By the
And
way,
he turns around and locks the door. and then they beat the hell out of
crap
him, dude. They
but
beat
here,
the hell out
I
of him.
think that's a really poor movie. I really
What,
do.
Bronx Tale?
I think that's a
Why
really
did you
bad
think
movie.
that? De Niro's in it.
I know he
Plays
is.
the
I
dad.
love De Niro.
And he plays he's not his normal character in that.
I know he's not some
He's
tough
the
guy.
caring
He's
father.
Yeah.
He's a hardworking judge.
I
Sure.
love that movie.
I think it's
Yeah,
horrible.
I thought it was a great movie.
I think it's a really bad movie. I
lot of
really
great
do.
lines in
I really
it.
do. I
Well,
think
I don't understand why.
I just
I
think it's
thought Robert
poorly
De
made.
Niro was
You
tremendous
thought it was
in that movie.
like shot poorly, directed poorly.
Yeah, like all of the above, and even the storyline. It's a little like wishy-washy. You know what I
Well, the
mean? I don't know. I didn't
storyline-
like it.
Is a youth growing up in the Bronx.
Who falls in love with a black girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they show the racism, I guess, of the 50s. Was it based in the 50s?
Absolutely.
Of him liking a black girl. It's kind of interesting that we delve into A Bronx Tale. But
It all comes back to race. Come on down, kiddo. I don't know.
Where is she?
I don't know. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That interruption was brought to you by Aloysius Commercial Cleaning Company. We get dirty. Aloysius Commercial Cleaning Company. 267-523-5396. They get dirty so you don't have to.
Nice.
That's well
That's
done.
actually That's
All right.
really good.
Ring.
All right.
I don't know why I was doing the
They're really-
advertisements.
you
You
know-
do have a talent.
Thank you. Thank you.
The interruption would have been edited out. You didn't even have to mention it.
It's okay.
No,
Yeah.
it's not a big deal at all. I'm just
Oh, I don't
saying,
care.
For next time.
It doesn't matter.
Bill
You
likes
can edit
the
out.
editing. He
you can
likes
edit
the
out-
I won't edit the commercial.
You can edit the I apologize for the interruption.
I don't want to go through all that.
Yeah,
We're
that's too
still
much.
talking about all this.
I mean, I could.
Is
but
this
I
good
wouldn't go
radio or what?
I don't really care if it's
Probably-
good radio because we're
probably-
not on the radio.
Who cares?
This is a pod.
This is a
And
pod.
when we pod, we do as we please.
Well, wait a minute. Was AM considered radio? Yes, it was, right? FM wasn't even invented yet.
Mm-hmm.
So when FM was invented, did they consider that
They
radio?
probably scoffed at it at first.
Exactly right.
Yeah, like everything.
Yeah.
Until all of
Exactly
a sudden
right.
you enjoy it, you like it, and it's
Yeah.
something different.
Yeah. Oh, Josh Innes got fired.
I heard.
Is it good news for the city of Philadelphia?
Well, your boy Farzetta now is taking over.
That's not gonna last. Alumni of Archbishop Wood, Mark, we love you, buddy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was in your grade. He was in your grade.
I
Yeah.
went to school with him.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He was an alumni,
Nice
classmate
kid.
of Temple.
Nice kid.
Oh, the best.
Nice kid. But
I met him at
I could
the
tell in our
WIP studios.
in our broadcasting classes that he was just a little vanilla for me. That's
a little
all.
vanilla. The guy
He's
who's
a
on
little
the guy
vanilla.
who's on broadcast radio right now is too vanilla for a guy sitting in a basement. I don't think there's anything wrong with
Yes.
All
Yes.
right.
And I would not.
Maybe he's a little more rocky road than you ever saw.
Just
him.
don't rip Arch it this week, okay?
Yeah.
We're not gonna, because that
Good
was a
Lord.
little.
I'm not.
Wow.
You know what?
Yo, I noticed there was only one comment this
About-
week, and it was from last week from Game Flips. There was
Wait
basically
a minute.
complete
I have-
silence. Complete silence.
You know
Where
what?
do you have-
I have a comment from.
I think it's from the episode before.
No, it's not. It's not. All right, so this says Ray Petty has subscribed. So Ray Petty,
A
thank you for.
Cosmic Primate tattoo
Yeah,
in
but that was
Pennsylvania.
what's
Thank
the
you.
date on that?
It's
I
from
read
August
that.
23rd. Maybe it was the week before.
Yeah. It's the week
Okay.
before.
No, it's not.
Yes,
It was
it is.
early last week. It was like Tuesday or Wednesday.
Well, today's the 29th.
All right, 6 days minus today. And that Game Flip says there's Easter eggs all over this shit, which is like, well, then you get down here and do it, dude. You know, come on,
no,
help us out.
I don't
No.
think that was a negative comment.
What does that mean?
Easter eggs in movies and stuff like that. It's like little clues, little things that you didn't know were there that were there. So obviously we were leaving clues about what we were laughing about in the episode to what was said in the other episode.
Right. A lot of inside jokes last week,
Right.
which we apologize to the people about.
Well, it's not a big deal. It is
But
what
I
it is.
will read Brian Kelly's comments.
Always.
Yeah,
a
which
fan of
is
But I
probably,
can't read-
What episode was it on, though?
Can I read this? This is from commented on Downtown Feasterville.
There
Yeah,
you go,
I was
there you go.
wrong.
But that's fine. I
Downtown
didn't even know he
Feasterville.
said anything.
By the way, I don't know if Tim.
I'm gonna
he,
edit this.
He
too.
edited it. Yeah, he told me.
I'm gonna edit this comment. I did edit that. We'll get
Oh,
there in a
you
second.
ed-
Well, hold on. I'm gonna
You want to edit a comment?
I have to.
Why?
He uses a cuss word. I'm not gonna go there.
Oh, well, yeah, just bleep it out then.
Brian Kelly, Donato's for life. I'm gonna say homies.
Oh, okay.
Donato's for life.
Well, you know, if it's too top shelf for this show, then there's a reason
It's
we're
bottom
not saying
shelf.
it.
He
Yeah,
It's
uses
bottom
that
shelf.
word
It's-
a lot, actually. Yeah,
Really?
He does.
Is he taking it back?
He does it in a very joking manner. I mean, it's not really,
Well,
but you shouldn't.
So yeah, look, ladies and gentlemen, I did have to change downtown Trevose to downtown Feasterville, just because I was bothered by
he
it.
was losing sleep.
I was.
Yeah, he called me up.
He was losing sleep over it. I'm so sorry.
and he
I
said,
never meant to make him that upset.
it's not downtown Trevose. He's like, do you live in, like, what if you lived in Ben Salem? Would you want to be told that you lived in Croydon? I was like, that's going a little over the top.
It's not
But-
going over the top.
But in the end,
Listen, if it bothered him, I was like, yeah, go ahead. I don't care. Change
Downtown
it.
Feasterville.
Doesn't bother me at all.
It is. Look, Bustleton Avenue, Bustleton Pike cannot be called Trevose. It cannot.
And
I
I'm
don't
fine
care
with that. I'm
if
fine with that.
I don't care if the entire Chinese army marches over Bucks County. They can't change the name of that road. They can't change Feasterville to Trevose. They can't do
I
that.
think it could happen.
No, they could
at
not.
some point
No,
in our life.
the Red Army of Russia couldn't do that.
No, I mean China.
No.
Might storm down Brownsville Road at some point.
Like Red Dawn,
Uh,
circa 1986. Pat Swayze.
Pat Swayze.
Red Dawn. Is that okay, or do I have to call him Patrick?
Well, that's what everybody calls
I
him.
call him
unless-
Pat Swayze, or just getting Swayze sometimes. God rest his soul.
God rest his soul. Did you hear about his wife?
We lost him too young. Now what happened?
His wife was like, I read this article.
Did she have a breakdown?
No, she was angry.
Go ahead and
she
give it to
treated him
me.
like dog crap, and like cheated on him and told him that he was a burden to her. And
Wow.
I just read. I can't cite it, so I shouldn't probably
That's
say it. But I
crazy.
saw
What are we
an
talking
article.
about?
Patrick Swayze's
Okay.
wife before he died,
Right.
like cheated on him and called him names.
Like John Edwards.
Ugh. Did his wife pass away, or
Correct.
she did?
She died of a broken heart. That piece of shit.
No, she didn't. Well, she didn't. Well, maybe, but she died of cancer. And that was very sad. That how he carried on. Where is he now? What does he own, a business or something?
I don't know.
He had like his 2 years of fame.
I liked him. I liked him. I mean, before he did that sleazeball.
You like
Ah.
John Edwards?
I did like John Edwards. Yes.
Okay.
I liked that governor of Vermont. What was his name?
Howard Dean.
I liked Howard Dean.
Of course you did.
You know what I liked about Howard Dean? He said, "I'm from the Democratic wing of the Democratic Party." Like that back then, when it was like Bush was president, it was almost like you were like ashamed to be a Democrat, or like, you know what I mean? That they made you, you know, like you had to be a moderate. You know what I mean? But he came out saying, "I'm a real Democrat." You know, everyone was pandering to Bush, especially before the Iraq War went totally sour.
When was the Iraq War not sour?
When
It was
we were
sour
winning? When we were winning.
When the mission was accomplished.
As soon as the mission was accomplished, that's when it got sour. Seriously.
See, because I do remember when we went to war, me and Tim talking about this. Usually while we were watching Bill Maher politically.
Oh, that was we weren't. That was before. That was the year before.
Before.
That was before.
They went into.
Well, that was
war.
before September 11th. That year, September 11th didn't even happen until the next year.
After September 11th, we still talked about.
Okay, yeah.
And
okay,
we said, why
you're
are
right.
we going to war with Iraq? And look what happens. It made no sense even at the time. It wasn't even like hindsight. You know, it just made no sense. Saddam Hussein wasn't even friends with the terrorists. He wasn't gonna try to kill America. It just made no sense, and it cost this country a lot.
Yeah, you could say that. But we're doing okay now, right?
Are we?
I don't know. We're doing okay. I
Well-
think we're doing all right.
We're living.
We're living large, baby.
I don't know.
Is the Olympics over? Are we done talking about the Olympics?
I have.
Did we
Yeah,
talk about the
I
Olympics?
Never talked about
We
the
did.
Olympics.
Okay.
Slightly.
Can we talk about 1993?
Well, we could talk about, actually, since we started with Kaepernick, we could talk about Usain Bolt. Did you see the video of him during the interview when he...
During the interview, no. But
He was
Interview with the
being
Vampire
interviewed.
was on last night.
Oh, it's a good movie.
Yeah,
Tom
yeah.
Cruise, Brad
Yeah.
Pitt. What is that? 1993?
No, that was 1994.
94?
Yeah, that was like October of '94.
That makes sense.
Yep.
Well, Usain Bolt was being interviewed during the Olympics by this woman, and during it, the national anthem came on.
Okay. Oh, he
Something
stopped.
going on behind him.
Oh.
He stopped her.
Did he?
And then she said...
Did he give her the
She was
hand?
like, no. Like, no, what are you doing? And he was like, excuse me. And he even pointed out, because he's not American, he said, the American national anthem is on. And he looked at her with those eyes like...
Oh, yeah. He was probably trying to get in bed with her.
No!
Okay.
Well, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. She wasn't that bad looking.
All right.
It's a
All right.
chance. But I don't think he would have had to try that hard.
Is he the one who was riding on Ellen DeGeneres' back?
Yeah, I think that was
Did
him.
you see
I
that?
think that was him.
That I just saw that she got in trouble for it.
Oh,
which
she
is,
got in trouble. PC, baby.
It was a little
Over the top, maybe?
Over the top.
By the way, another great movie.
Great
Yeah.
movie. 1988. I
Was it?
believe.
No, it was before that.
Was it?
Oh,
You
yeah.
gotta turn the switch. I think it was 86.
It might have
I
been.
think it was 86.
Too bad we didn't
think
get
it
that
was
last thing.
86.
I kinda wanna know.
You have no
Yeah, look it up.
facts.
I
Look it
gotta
up. Over the top.
Um,
The best part of Over the Top was when he turns the hat
when
backwards.
he turns
I
that.
just
like,
want
forget
the
about
truck.
And the guy who drinks motor oil.
Yeah, that's
That
cool
guy is-
too.
Yeah, that's kind of weird though. I mean,
Yeah, because it would kill you.
Yes,
Because you'd be
it's-
dead in a few
and
hours.
he drinks like the whole
Oh,
thing.
87, Murph.
Really?
Who said
87.
87?
You
You said 88.
You said
Oh, did I
88. We
say
said
88?
86.
Yeah,
Okay.
It was 19. Oh, it makes me wonder what month it was. We were so close. So close.
Can we delve into 1993 for a minute here?
19. Is that our year for the night?
That is our year.
Is that the year that
of
you've
the
selected
night.
for the night?
Taking you back in time to 1993, ladies and gentlemen.
A great year.
It really
In
was.
my life,
It really
anyway.
was. I crossed a threshold in 93, like where 93, I started liking my own music. I started liking, rock and roll, like hard rock.
Yeah, you started
Modern,
to become aware,
contemporary.
aware of
Roses
things around you.
Was
Correct.
Your style.
Guns N' Roses, Bon Jovi, Aerosmith.
Black Rose, probably. I'm
Not
sure.
until way later.
Oh,
No.
interesting.
Not until way later. The Black Crowes are a step below. Let's be honest. They're a cut below.
I don't want to lie to the listeners. So.
They are. They're not. They're not a filet mignon. They're not a New York strip steak. Black Crowes are kind of like the chuck steak of the house. You know what I mean?
Okay, I mean I'm not like a huge fan. I don't.
They're not that great. They got a couple good rock and roll songs.
Yeah,
which is a remake, by the way.
Say everything, let me light your candle, cause Mama, I'm so hard to handle.
I'm going to jump around a little bit here. I'm not going to start in January, then go all the way to December, but we're just going to
Well,
hear
just
this.
sit down. Don't go crazy.
Okay.
Just do it while you're sitting down.
Well, we're going into 1993, right?
This is correct.
Yeah, but
So take
he
me
said,
back.
He said he was going to jump around. That I don't,
Oh, you're talking about.
Oh, you were trying to be funny, and it
No,
wasn't.
I wasn't trying to be funny. I was just letting him know. Let's
Trying
not,
to be witty.
Well, actually, it was
Not
like
very good.
a sarcastic,
Not good.
bad humor.
Yeah, bad humor.
I
yes.
like real dumb humor that people are like, wow, that's really cheesy. But then they're like, yeah.
No,
but-
your humor
but-
is extremely cheesy.
Yes.
So then you've
I like
mastered.
that
You've
humor.
mastered what you like, and the thing is, you and a few other people are the only ones who like it. No one else actually likes it, which is why your jokes never really hit off. Which makes sense. It
I
makes
like
sense.
really dumb humor.
Right. This is why you have the love for the Karate Kid the way you do, is because that's filled with terrible humor like that.
Okay.
It is. I'm
All
not
right,
trying to attack
Murph,
you.
Murph, go ahead.
Point
All right.
I really think you should start in October, but we can.
October.
93, October.
What's October? Oh, well, yeah. Let's do that.
That's when the Phillies, who were trash my whole lifetime. Yeah, there he goes, drinking Valvoline.
Yep.
And you know what he's trying to scare
Good
Sylvester.
old
But I think
Valvoline.
Sylvester
Look at his
is just
face.
like, yeah.
Stallone's face is like real.
Yeah, like what is
He's looking at the
you're gonna
referee
die.
like, is that gonna kill him? Should he be doing that right now?
Okay, continue, Tim.
I don't know the date because it's not on Wikipedia, which is a shame.
What?
But the Philadelphia Phillies lose the World Series to
Yeah,
the Toronto
they
Blue
lost.
Jays.
It was October. I believe it might have been 22nd.
Every time I see that replay, I just say, Mitch,
I hate
don't
to do
throw
it,
the
but-
fastball on the inner half to Joe Carter, where all he has to do. I mean,
Why didn't he just
can't
walk
give
him?
up a
He should
home
just
run.
walk him. He should have walked him.
Mitch Williams, I know a lot of people liked Mitch, He was just a little too.
Wild thing.
Come on, obviously.
You make
It was
my
his
heart
name.
sing.
And you know what? I think
He
of the
just
memories. I don't know if I would. I mean, granted, don't get me wrong.
Memories.
The fact that Carter got a record that to this day no one has ever had a walk-off home run to win a World Series
Oh,
other
big deal.
than him.
Big deal. He got lucky.
I loved being a kid when they brought Mitch in to close and that fucking music turned on and it was magical. It was amazing. It was incredible.
I didn't get.
I
that
don't
scene.
like.
And he
I don't
came
like.
out with the long hair. The whole team. They were a bunch of ruffians, you know?
I still don't like Canada for that reason. But
Yeah,
actor River Phoenix dies of a drug-induced heart failure
yeah,
on
Flea,
the sidewalk outside the West Hollywood
Very
nightclub.
good
Johnny Depp
actor.
owned that nightclub.
You know-
Really?
Yeah.
You know, I think
He
like
was
Johnny
with him,
Depp.
and so was
I don't like Johnny
Flea
Depp.
from Red Hot Chili Peppers. Rode with him to the ambulance on his
Flea
way.
is one ugly dude.
Yeah.
We love him though, don't
Do
we?
we?
I think we do.
I don't. Go ahead.
That's all I got. No, let's see here.
River Phoenix was a good actor, though.
Was he?
I think
He
they
was.
were.
He was in Sneakers with Robert
Sneakers is
Redford.
underrated. Did you ever
Yeah,
see
great
Sneakers?
movie. I love that movie. Jake and Ty got me into that movie.
Really?
They rented it,
I think-
and I watched it, and I was in love with it ever since.
He's trying to talk.
No,
he's
I'm not.
very frustrated.
No,
Sorry.
Just
no,
speak your
continue,
mind, boy.
No, I think that there were.
Matt Bloomingfeld, continue.
No, I think that there were a lot of good actors in the '80s that due to drugs, never really got to reach their prime.
Well, he was good other than, dying. I mean, he was in Sneakers.
No, I know.
He was in Stand By Me.
Now, I know you're going to disagree with me,
Okay.
but I thought Corey Haim was a really good actor.
Now that is laughable.
Yeah, okay. Now, License to Drive, Lucas.
These
He was
were-
a good
What
actor.
did they call those teens back then?
Matt, did you ever watch them as an adult?
What did they call them?
Yeah, he was on drugs. He never really
No,
he
dude,
flamed out.
Honestly, I think his best
No,
performance...
did you ever watch them as you being an adult? You just have good memories of them being good movies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I could be
the
wrong.
last time you watched it?
Lucas?
Yeah.
Lucas.
Yes.
Lucas.
1991?
No, I probably saw it in the early 2000s. I like that movie. Whenever it's on, and I love that girl in that movie. She was in Goonies, too. She was Charlie Sheen's flame in the movie Lucas.
Islamic fundamentalists bomb the World Trade Center in
When they drove the
1993.
car.
Yep.
When they drove the
Yep.
car
Yep.
into the garage part. They
Correct.
wanted- you know what's weird is 8 years later they finished their challenge. They wanted to take down the World Trade. We knew that's what they wanted to do.
I know. It's sad. And,
And
there's
they-
people who knew that.
They finished their job in 8 years later.
If people knew everything, they'd be pissed. But they just would.
You know what's weird?
You tell me.
2001 was
Wow.
only 8 years from
I was right.
93.
Murphy, October
Like-
23rd.
Right.
Now it's that was 15 years ago. It was 2001. So 93 was 20.
When you're younger, time is longer. When you're older, it's just the years
Well,
go by
because
like
it's
months.
School. School. I always think of school because I hated school, and the school year was so long for me.
So, Murphy, back to what you were saying before you didn't know. It was October 23rd, 1993.
I think I'm over it now.
What?
The World Series of '93.
Well, you
I'm
brought it up.
over
You
it.
wanted to know what the date was.
Oh no, I
found
didn't
the
want to
date.
know.
You said you did.
No, I just said I don't know the date.
I'm over it.
You did.
But whenever
No,
I
at the
see
time.
the video of Mitch Williams throwing him the
I don't watch.
fastball,
I turn my head.
I just don't understand why that was the pitch they chose.
They should have put in that other guy. They should have put Larry Anderson in. He was on the team.
L.A.
L.A.
It was the day
Is
after my
that
birthday.
all that happened in '93?
No, it was the.
because '86 he kept reeling off some things.
Yeah, this is weird. Like the wiki of '93 is a little weak for. I just remember '93 being such a pivotal year, but I will say, remember the blizzard of '93?
See, I more remember the blizzard of '94.
And I'm with you. Yeah, because we had a week off from school, You're right.
Yeah, but there was a blizzard in '93 as well.
which
right?
was in March, I believe. It was in March. Yeah,
When was it?
in March.
Okay.
All right, the March 13th to 14th, the Great Blizzard of '93 strikes the eastern U.S., bringing record snowfall and other severe weather all the way from Cuba to Quebec. 184 died.
Wow.
Yeah, not counting melting snowmen the following month.
All right, continue.
The 65th
My
annual.
humor is
That was
terrible.
that was your humor. That was the same thing.
Well, he's laughing now.
Now, because of what I said.
All right, Schmitty, you'll like this one. Best Picture goes to The Unforgiven.
Oh, nice.
But that was for 1992.
Well deserved, right.
Right, but it was
So-
won in 1993. March 9th, Rodney King testifies at the trial of 4 Los Angeles police. You know, I'm glad the racial strife is a lot better nowadays than it
Right,
was in
yeah.
'93, you know? Please.
Well, that was unbelievable. Huh? That whole riot. That whole riots was just crazy. I still remember the video of that guy taking a cinder block to the dude's head in the truck.
Reginald
Remember that?
Denny.
Yeah, doesn't Clinton get elected in '93?
That is correct. I was just going to read that.
Wow.
You stole my
Look at that,
thunder.
and that was out of my brain.
You stole
too.
my
It wasn't even
thunder.
on my screen.
Yeah, right. Let's see that screen.
I saw Bush, and I'm like, wait a minute.
Not gonna
Pretty
do
sure
it.
that's the year.
Not gonna do it.
You know, George
Wouldn't
Bush
be
was
proud.
not terrible president.
Wouldn't be.
You don't
proud.
think so?
I mean, I guess compared to his son.
Yeah. A
I mean-
51-day standoff at the Branch Davidian compound near Waco, Texas.
Yeah, the Waco, Texas.
David
thing.
Koresh, yes.
Koresh.
Ends with a fire that kills 76
Can
people.
Can I say something?
If you want to, go ahead.
Why do some people
What?
feel like get into this cult thing? Like, are they so easily brainwashed? I'm a very skeptical guy myself, so it would be very hard for me to get into a cult. But there are people that just believe this guy is like God,
Yeah.
and they're willing to die. They're willing to like kill their children.
You would have to
They're
talk
wo-
to like an expert that knows the reason. There has to be some people who know.
Like, and how about that James Jones?
Jim Jones.
Jim Jones.
Yeah.
And I saw that I can watch that documentary over and over again because I just think it's crazy. But he had people so brainwashed that they were willing to feed.
Hold on a
willing
second.
to
I'm gonna
die.
go upstairs. Does anybody want some Kool-Aid? I come down.
Is that my humor again?
That was.
Is that my
I'm
humor
pretty
again?
sure
'Cause
it was.
I
That
just
was good,
No, Bill. What happened was he.
Yeah,
fed,
I know. I got it now. Yeah, I got it.
No, wait a minute. June 23rd. This is probably. This was a watershed. June 23rd, 1993 was a watershed in the history of the United States of America. And June 23 in Manassas, Virginia, Lorena Bobbitt cuts off the penis
Oh
of her
yeah,
husband,
'93.
John Wayne Bobbitt.
Wow.
Didn't he become a porn star after that?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, maybe. Half a porn star.
I
I don't know if
wonder.
he was. I don't know if he was a star as much as he did porn. I don't think
Yeah.
he was a star.
I think like
He
a
was
lot-
mostly in like oral scenes.
This is completely unrelated, but very strange. Washington State executed Wesley Allen Dodd
Okay.
by hanging, and it was the first legal hanging in America.
I think they ought to
since
bring the hanging back. I'm not kidding you.
1965.
I swear to God. Did you hear about what these people did out in New Mexico? We're not going to talk about it. If you guys don't know, I'm not going to tell you.
Why?
These people deserve to be hung today.
Why? What happened?
I can't say. It's so gruesome.
Really?
Yeah, they killed a little kid.
Oh my god.
That's horrible.
Oh wait, how'd they kill the little kid?
I don't know. We can move on. I don't even want. It's like sickening. But drugs were involved and stuff.
Meth?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, I
Did you
heard
read-
about this.
Sick.
Okay, I would bring the death penalty back for those two idiots.
Do you hear
Those
this?
two
There you go.
swine bags.
What about life without parole?
Life without parole is too generous.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank
when
you.
I read this story, and I don't mean to laugh, but there are actually people in this world that do this stuff.
Yes,
And
that's the point.
I don't know where they come from because they can't possibly come
New Mexico.
from a womb. Okay? They must come from some outer space.
Drugs, dude. Drugs.
That's
Drugs.
sickened me. Did you hear about it?
Drugs.
Did you hear about it?
Drugs.
It's just disgusting.
Yeah, we're not even going to get into the details because it is disgusting.
And BT Dubs, Quinn messaged me.
Okay.
Drugs.
He said, really? He said, really? Life without parole? Or he said, no life without parole or something? And I said, well, and I gave him my reasons. And he said, you know what? You're a fucking hippie. I don't even want to talk to you.
Jeez, I hit him.
Sounds like Quinn.
He called me a hippie, which is not true. But I just wanted to say Quinn, who is a loyal listener and a friend to the show.
We love Quinn.
Text me out of the blue, as Quinn normally does.
Quinn goes to the infancy of this program. You know?
That's a great usage of wording.
Thank you.
It really is.
Thank you.
Okay,
Man.
continue. I don't know.
There's not much going on, dude.
You guys really love 93.
I
You guys said it
apologize.
was a turning point in
Well,
your lives.
It was.
And really, nothing happened.
No.
The Blizzard, the
Yeah,
Phillies went
yeah,
to the
you're
World
right.
Series.
You're right.
David Letterman moved from NBC to CBS.
Oh, yeah.
They offered him the Tonight Show job, and then
No,
all
they
that
didn't offer
Jay
it to
Leno
him.
shit happened.
They took it. No, Jay Leno. They didn't
I
offer it
say-
to
What's that
Letterman.
say?
Oh,
What's that say right there?
Well, he didn't take it?
It says,
I stand corrected.
offers Tonight Show to David Letterman.
I stand corrected.
I mean, you can call me a liar, but will you call the internet a liar?
Oh, I wouldn't call you a liar, Schmitty.
That's kind of what you did, Tim. Kind of what you were doing.
I wasn't really a Letterman guy.
Wow, top mafia leader Salvatore Toto Rina, arrested in Palermo. That's interesting.
Not related to Connie Palermo.
No.
Or
no,
Rihanna.
they're not related, yeah. Connie Palermo.
If anyone knows Connie Palermo, please leave a comment in the YouTube comments section. All right?
I think you might have insulted so many people in the last 2 episodes. We'll never have a comment again.
Really?
Epic Penguin didn't make a comment.
No, and I was a little disappointed because
There were no
Penguin
comments this week.
I apologize to
kinda
the Epic
disturbing.
Penguin.
No, maybe not you as a whole. Maybe it was all 3 of us that did it in some way. We don't even know.
Maybe the show was just garbage because we already did a show.
Oh,
You got to be kidding me. Martin Luther King Jr. Day, January 18th, was observed in all 50 states for the first time in 93.
well, yeah, you got to expect like Louisiana,
I didn't
Georgia.
know that was, oh,
You know what I mean?
Oh, I got you.
You know.
So you're not talking about us. You're talking about the lower states.
No, I'm talking about the southern states,
Yeah.
not the lower states, Bill.
Southern.
Come on,
The
have a little
southern.
respect.
Southern.
Brandon Lee dies on March 31st, son of Bruce Lee. Correct.
Was that on a set?
Yeah, of The
The
Crow.
Crow.
Most
Jesus.
overrated movie in the history of
That was that long
Uni-
ago?
I think it was
I
epic.
remember hearing about that. That was 23 years ago?
Yeah,
This is
Jesus
correct.
Christ.
of course it was.
Somebody just shoot me now.
And then I'm looking at births. I don't know any of these people.
Wow, Golden Globe, Son of a Woman, Al Pacino. Reminds me of that skit we did on that one episode where I researched by watching Son of a Woman
This must be bullshit.
and sounded like an idiot.
Oh, do that again. Ooh-ah.
I don't want to. I really don't. Although I watched it the other night and he's amazing in it. That scene at the end, unreal.
What, Son of a Woman?
Yeah, Son of a Woman, the end of the movie. With the kid, Chris O'Donnell, in the courtroom.
I never saw the whole movie from beginning to end.
Dude! Good flick. You gotta watch it. Great movie. But the end scene is truly what it's all about. You got Philip Seymour Hoffman being the whiny little bitch that he is over there.
God rest his soul.
I don't want to say anything. I couldn't really see my contacts. It pisses me off, all right? It pisses
But
me
you're
off.
a big Philip Seymour Hoffman guy.
Yeah, I love him. And that just shows how good he is. Because I hated him in that fucking movie. Chris O'Donnell sticking to his guns, and they're
Here
going
you
to
go.
fucking hang him out to dry for it.
Yitzhak Rabin of Israel and Yasser Arafat of the Palestinian Liberation
that didn't
Organization
last.
signed a peace agreement on September 13th on the White House
Do you
lawn.
believe in conspiracy theories?
No.
Like, no, I'm saying if you do, like,
Yeah.
that's kind of a reason to, because that might have just been like a PR thing, because that really did nothing. And none of it does anything.
Tennis player Monica Seles was stabbed by a spectator during a quarterfinal tennis match.
Stabbed in the back.
Stabbed in the back like we all have been at
We've
one time,
all
or
been
you know what I
stabbed
mean?
at the back at
Please.
one
Yeah,
point
but
in
not
time.
literally. Not all of us, anyway.
Ty Warner, USA, launches the first Beanie Babies.
That was 93. You know how much they are now?
No,
You have?
you
like-
tell me.
No, I don't really know exactly.
I thought they
how much
went down. They're not worth
So
shit.
you were
Oh,
legitimately
did they
asking
go
me.
That's what I
down?
thought, yeah.
No, because I remember hearing that
Thank
they
God.
were really expensive.
Thank
now.
God. Slovakia gains independence.
Yeah, thank God for that.
Oh my God. I'm still, every day, I thank
Janet
God.
Reno was selected by President Clinton as the U.S. Attorney General
She could
and led
dance.
to 1,000 great skits. On
She could
SNL.
dance.
Yeah,
She
it
could
did.
Will
dance.
Ferrell used to kill it with her.
Yeah.
The Pentium processor was introduced by Intel. Oh, here we go. This is more of our alley. Popular films of 1993. Jurassic Park.
Yeah,
Very good film.
Awesome.
Very good film.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Love
yeah.
I like that
Classic,
movie.
Pierce Brosnan.
I like that movie.
Robin
It's a
Williams.
little sad and a little like almost like you can see why the guy killed himself. He's like, you know what I mean? It's like the whole movie's like, I don't know.
It's
it was weird.
very sad, but for people that were in like broken homes or divorced
I can
parents,
hear you. I can
you
hear you.
relate to that
It's
movie.
sad. It would.
It was a very sad movie.
It's sad. Yeah, especially when they banish him for the second time. Oh my God.
All right, continue.
The Fugitive, which was near and dear to my heart.
Love The
movie.
Fugitive.
Near and
One
dear
of
to
my
my
favorite
heart.
movies ever.
Great movie.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I did not kill my wife.
He doesn't sound like that at all.
Wait,
Oh, come on, Schmitty, play along.
What do you mean?
I did not kill my wife.
What do you
I
want
did
me to
not
say?
kill him with the with a sword.
No,
I did
and
not
then
kill him.
Tommy Lee Jones says,
I don't care. We
Ah,
know.
yeah.
Jesus.
The
Sorry.
Firm came
You
out.
guys are the movie.
You just,
buffs.
yeah, but you didn't sound anything like him. I didn't know what you were doing. I had no idea that's what you were trying to do.
The Firm came
I
out.
thought you were married and I didn't know about it.
Sleepless in Seattle.
Ah, Tom Hanks.
In the Line of
Meg
Fire.
Ryan.
Oh, here's an underrated movie.
In the Line of
This
Fire,
is-
that's Clint Eastwood.
Now look. Here's a real underrated movie that
John
came out in
Malkovich.
'93. Ready? Cliffhanger.
Underrated.
Yo,
It wasn't that bad, but
it was underrated,
I don't
man.
know how
For an
underrated
action
it is.
movie.
For a thriller action, because it was more of a
Yeah.
thriller action.
Yeah.
You know who's great in that?
Sure,
John
yeah.
Lithgow is great.
Who's
playing
the other guy?
bad
Who's the guy with the curly hair?
what is his name? Rocker, James Rocker.
I
He's a
forget.
weird name. His buddy, right? His best friend in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the hell? He's on tons of shit now. He gets work like crazy now.
Okay.
He's on The
okay.
Walking Dead. At least he used to be.
All right.
He did Guardians of the Galaxy. He gets lots of work. That guy.
Robin Hood Men in Tights came out, which I don't think I sat through
It
that.
was funny. It was
I didn't
funny.
say that.
It was
Schindler's
stupid
List.
Funny. Wow.
Schindler's List was good.
That's back again. We're
I had
bringing
my
it up
first
again.
makeout session during Schindler's List.
Really?
No,
Yeah,
I
like
kid.
the
It's a
Mighty-
Seinfeld episode.
The Mighty
Matt.
Ducks hockey team was born in '93.
It's a good movie.
I believe that's.
I like
it was-
Jerry is making out with his girl because they couldn't get a loan during Schindler's List, and then his parents get wind of it, and they say, "Were you making out during Schindler's List?" Necking, they call it. Popular musicians, circa 1993.
Sonic Youth.
Let's see if they're on here.
Nirvana.
We do have Nirvana. Sonic Youth didn't make the cut, Matt, but UB40 did,
Ooh.
and your boy Phil Collins.
I like Phil Collins.
It was
a lot.
his second go around, which maybe he should
I
have
don't
sat
think
home
he
for.
gets enough respect. I think a
He
lot of
doesn't
people
get enough
put him in the
respect.
cheesy type department, but he's a heck of a musician.
Well, he
and
was
I
on-
like Phil Collins.
Wait a minute, he does get in the mid '80s. He was on top of the world.
But yes, but I think a lot of people were like, "Oh, Phil Collins, one more night," you know. But no, he had some very good tunes back in the day.
I liked One More Night.
I don't care. Oh wait, was I too late with that?
A little
Sorry.
bit, a little bit.
One.
What else do we got here? We got Meatloaf.
Just one
Meatloaf.
more night.
Meatloaf made his second go
But
around.
did you
I thought
see
you were
how
going
he
to
did?
say he had his first heart attack in '93.
But did you see how he did the Rob Thomas thing when he did the One More Night there?
I did not.
Yeah, you do.
Not even
you
a little
do.
bit.
He does.
Did he?
Not
Did
even-
he
yeah,
do it?
did.
I don't know.
Just do it
Not
again.
even a little bit.
He's never going to sing again.
Not in front of Matt, unless I'm drunk.
He does like like Rob Thomas. That's
Radiohead, who I'll never understand.
all. Either why. Even back in like the mid '90s when everybody loved him, I was just
Well,
like,
is that the most popular like karaoke song in the world? Like that? What's that song? Creep? Is that what it is?
not at the fireside on Sunday night.
Well, I'm just telling you, it is the worst freaking song.
I'm not a
It doesn't have a
Radiohead guy.
melody.
Bill's
it doesn't
a
have.
Radiohead guy, so maybe he can help us out with that.
And then sort of kind of the beginning of the second comeback of Aerosmith.
Are
Oh,
the
yeah.
Nixons on the?
No, that's all I got.
mm.
That's all I got. Also, the movie Philadelphia, The Pelican Brief,
Ain't no angel.
Indecent
gonna
Proposal,
creep me.
and that's all we got.
It's just
Indecent
you and I.
Proposal.
Oh,
my friend.
And also, the police begin an investigation of child abuse by Michael Jackson. So yeah, that was
That was
1993 in a
7 or 8
nutshell.
years too late. Oh, by the way,
I also used to sit in front of Miss Quigley, who used to sit spread eagle in the front of class.
so what grade were you in '93?
Fifth. 92
And
into
that means
93
I
was
was in
fifth grade.
fourth, so I had fourth grade. Who's that? Mrs. Norland, Mrs. Gallo.
Okay,
And I was in Gallo's room.
I had Gallo.
Third
This is
third
good.
grade, I had an Eagles cheerleader who she must be like 50 years old now. She was 25 or 24. Her name was Mrs. Bowman. Mrs. Getz went on a sabbatical. Oh, this
Okay.
was fourth grade. Mrs. Getz went on a sabbatical.
Leo Getz?
No. And Mrs. Bowman comes in and she is just
Was she
and
good looking?
gorgeous.
By the
And-
way, did you have Mrs. Simons?
No.
Oh, you went to Lower South. That's
I
right.
did
Never
go to
mind.
Lower South.
Never mind.
Yeah, for Quinn, who's probably listening, WrestleMania that year, okay, we had Hulk Hogan and Yokozuna.
Okay, you see, that was on his way
And
down.
Hulk
again.
Hogan pinned Yokozuna for the win.
Wasn't Yokozuna like a sumo wrestler?
Yeah, but he was a big time wrestler. At that
Hulk
time.
Hogan never should have lost to the Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
I thought that was a travesty.
So it's not like he wanted to. They made him do it.
I know.
It's wrong.
It wasn't
McMahon
right.
But
does
not as
pretty
wrong
well.
as Hollywood Hogan when he came back and was evil. Terrible decision.
Wow. Oh my God. I was just asked to be a godfather.
Literally at this moment?
Yes.
By who?
Via text. J.C. Ray Finch.
Really?
Via text?
Yeah.
Really?
Is that how it's done? Like,
Well,
is that how that works?
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Oh,
I'll
do
say
it.
Are you going to
I'll
reply,
do it.
I'm in? Or how do you...
What's that put your Godfather list at? 2 now?
Two, yeah.
Oh, that's better than me.
Yeah. You know, I could do a better job.
A
as
godfather
godfather.
means-
I'm a better dad than I am
I'm
a
sure
godfather.
you could be.
A
way
godfather
better
means
at
if the
being
father
a godfather.
dies, you...
Yeah. You send a box of chocolates every Christmas or something. I forget. I kid.
I know you were... Again, my humor,
Right.
I guess.
Oh, listen, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we must honor the passing of Gene Wilder. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
He died?
Blazing Saddles. One of the great actors.
Pure imagination.
Oh, can you sing it for us? Matt, I'm serious.
Have you heard me sing Pure
Just-
Imagination?
Yeah,
No, but I
I'd
want
like
you to.
No, I'm not going to do it.
Why?
But because it's bad.
'Cause
But
you're a
it's one
coward?
of my favorite songs.
Do you
ever.
know all the words?
No.
All right, well, I don't, so you have to.
Dun dun dun, dun dun dun. In a world of pure imagination.
I like it.
Keep
I like
going,
it.
keep
No,
going.
that's when.
Don't
that's,
laugh your way out of it.
No,
Do
I
it.
don't know the words. I can just do like dun dun dee.
I want to
You and me.
look. I want to read. I want to read later on in the show, maybe 10 minutes from now.
Tastes like schnozberries.
I like that girl. 10
Daddy,
minutes.
I want it now, Daddy.
I like her too. I like both of the girls.
I want
like
it
the blueberry
now.
girl, and I like that girl.
I want to go to Goose now, Daddy.
Yes.
I just don't like that little
I
German
want to
boy.
go to
German
Goose
boy.
now.
No, because.
I want to go and Goose now, Daddy.
Okay, Wonka, how much?
Speaking of that,
Oh,
have you
they're not
guys?
for sale. 30 seconds.
Come with me, and you'll
That's a remake.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I'm trying not to get
It's
sued.
all right. Okay.
Well, the German kid.
Actually, I kind of hate this guy singing.
Me too.
He's gone. Forget him.
Couldn't Gene Wilder sing though? Really? Like,
That was him singing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Guys,
it was
did
very
you
good.
guys see
with
Johnny
me,
Depp's
and
version
you'll
of
see.
No.
Willy Wonka?
No, I don't believe in
Here.
sequels, as you know.
Thanks, Tim Burton, but you can
Yeah.
stay at home.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
Don't-
Thanks for Beetlejuice. You haven't done anything for us since.
Thanks for Batman. Too.
You've been downhill
You
since
can't
Edward
do a
Scissorhands.
sequel of a classic, and I don't know why they do. They do it for money grabs.
Well, speaking of that, thank you. This is a great topic for another show. But like, why would you
Why
do
not
a
this? No,
why would you do a remake of a song that's perfect?
Yeah. That
Like, for example, Billy Corgan and Smashing Pumpkins do a remake of Fleetwood. Yeah, Landslide. Why would you do that? It's not good. Oh, you like it, don't you?
Actually, I don't
Yeah, but
mind it.
lots of people cover stuff.
Well,
so-
usually you try to make it better. You don't just
okay.
you don't just do it to honor them. Maybe you do that in concert, but you don't. I don't know. What do I know?
Well, I'm just saying that.
I'm just Metal Gear.
You know who else I didn't like?
Wow.
I didn't like the little American boy.
I think it's funny you using that. You don't even know anything about it.
I played Metal Gear the original for PlayStation.
I don't believe you.
Okay.
I don't believe it for a second.
Okay.
I
Well,
didn't even believe you owned a PlayStation.
I did.
And you certainly didn't beat the game if you played it.
Did you?
Yeah, you're damn right I did.
I don't
Good
really
for
think
you.
I ever beat a game.
You never beat a game?
No.
Hate to do it.
Ever? You've never, ever beat the game. Ever.
What is
I
John
might have
want?
beaten Mega Man.
John's sitting in your
he
house
calls me-
waiting.
He calls
to
me
smoke.
all the time.
He's
No,
sitting in your
that's
house
not what he
waiting to
wants.
smoke.
Might have beaten Mega Man.
Thank you.
Mega Man? That's like one of the hardest games that ever existed on Nintendo.
Woodman, Fireman.
Yeah, I might have beaten Zelda a few times.
Yo.
No, but I never beat Mario
It's a tough
Brothers.
one.
I never beat Zelda. I never beat. Well, I do. I did want to say that I met up with an old friend of ours.
Hello, old friend. Should I play it or just sing it? Go ahead. Who was it?
Well, I'm not. He wanted to remain
God
anonymous.
Damn it.
Get a
But-
clue. Get a
but
clue,
I-
John.
But I met up with an old friend who's doing well. He's now married with 2 kids. He's now he takes walks.
Give us a name and then we'll talk about him.
Is he going to remain nameless?
Mark.
Is that what you're doing?
Mark Arnold. Are we not allowed to name him? We love you, Mark. I went to grade school with Mark Arnold.
He's doing very well.
Aren't we all?
No.
We're here, baby. We're here.
Well, I'm doing all right. How
So
are
he
you doing,
really
man?
likes the show, and
Did you ask him to be a guest?
I did.
And?
So we were sitting outside of a Dunkin' Donuts, just people watching, which he says he doesn't do enough of, and he was very funny.
That's what every Peeping Tom
He's
says.
always been funny.
No, I kid.
No, and he was really funny. You know what? You killed it.
I don't really
because
feel like you could be any more
I
uncomfortable.
killed
than
it
you are
by
right now,
saying
man.
something. Just say what you're going to say.
I know.
No, I
you're
don't
like
wanna say
so
what I'm
controlled.
I saw Mark Arnold in Giants sometime between
He
last
told
year
me.
and this year.
He told me.
We talked for 20 minutes. We were stopping the house. The ice cream melted all over the floor. But I didn't want to. It was Mark, you know?
Yeah.
You know, it reminded me of really fun times back
Sure.
in the day.
Yeah.
Sure.
A lot of
When-
good times.
We really had some fun times, and I can't believe how long it's been now. But he likes the show.
Does he?
He does.
Cool story, bro.
Oh, I apologize. All right, why don't you bring it up next time? Maybe if you see JT Bannon, you can bring, No, I kid.
I haven't seen him. Or
JT
Mike
Bannon.
Schwartz.
Wow, I haven't talked to him.
I do wanna
forever.
ask you a
Or
question, though.
Schwartz.
And you know what? Mark Arnold is kind of the representative of Sweetwater in my eyes.
Really?
Absolutely.
Representative?
Yes.
Well, maybe for you.
Well, he's the first person whose house I ever went over in
Oh,
Sweetwater.
that's why.
You know?
In your mind, it's.
I had a lot of friends in Sweetwater.
Yeah, we know, Matt.
Well, it was my elementary school.
I did too. Lindsay Cave grew up in Sweetwater.
Yeah,
Joe
Lindsay
Pacelli.
Cave.
Matt Hallman, thank you.
Yeah, Matt
did-
Hallman.
was he at
Matt
Sweetwater?
Hallman,
Oh yeah, he was on the northern end of Sweetwater. I think his backyard was
Down in that gully.
Oh, he was
Right at
past
the
the gully.
Yeah.
I want to read some lyrics to a song just for the hell of it in like 5 minutes, but just want to know from you guys, which would you rather hear? Under Pressure or Everybody Wants to Rule the World? Just a
Could I
read
say
off.
neither.
No.
Everyone wants to rule the world.
Every okay. All right. But yeah, Matt Hallman.
Matt.
Solid human being.
Yeah, he's great too.
I remember that he got red hair. We were all down at the falls, and he had red hair, dyed hair, and was like the first person I saw with dyed hair.
Yeah, he was kind of a rebel. The silent rebel, we called
He
him.
was born a rebel. Yo, you know what I remember is me and Hennessy after class, we would go out to the truck 45 minutes early because we lied to our instructor.
Oh, and said you had to leave for school.
And he believed us.
And you
like,
smoked
they never
weed
questioned
for-
you. Yeah, so we would go smoke at Commonwealth Egan parking lot with these other two stoners.
Okay.
And then we would walk over to Holman's truck. Now, here's the thing. I told Holman this story years later, and he cracked up, which just shows the kind of person he is. But Hennessy would make me leave the truck door unlocked. He would literally make the noise like click, click, to make it sound to Hallman as if he had locked it. And there were at least 5 times throughout that year where Hallman was like, Johnny, did you lock the truck? And Hennessy's like, yeah, I locked it. And we're leaving it unlocked, and we're sitting in there. So this one day, Hennessy and me went out, and Brian and Adam had to go right into school. So Hennessy's like, fuck, we don't even know where we're at. Where are we going to smoke at to dip off? So we go sit in Hallman's truck. And Hallman's not there, Hallman's in class. And we're right on the side of a fucking road next to 2 high schools. Terrible spot. But of course, Hennessy talks me into thinking it's a great idea. So we're sitting in the cab of fucking Hallman's truck, smoking chronic. And sure as fucking shit, middle of the day, a fucking cop drives by us. And he's going slow, like real slow. And as he drives by, he looks over, like he wasn't looking, and then right at the right moment, he looks over and sees both of us, and all of a sudden you hear his brakes.
What'd you do?
I froze. I was fucking terrified. I was like,
what'd you do?
we're fucked, we're
What
fucked,
happened?
we're fucked, we're fucked. And John looks at me. This is the thing about Hennessy. Cool as a cucumber, as if he had been in this scenario already. Like he was in the fucking danger room and reacted. He just reacted. He's like, Schmitty, put that out. Jumps out of the car.
That was a good step one.
Jumps out of the car. This all happened in just a few seconds, though. Jumps out of the car knowing he has to cut the cop off because it's so baked out that if the cop gets out, he's going to smell. He's definitely gonna
So
know.
what does he do?
So he runs around and he goes up to the cop's car. He's like, "Hey, how you doing, officer?" And just starts rambling at him. He's like, "Yeah, we're going to Archbishop." He's wearing his uniform, and I can see him like pulling his shirt up, like showing him the Archbishop whatever. He bought the whole thing.
I am
I think
so
that's a
glad
problem.
those days are over.
Oh my god!
See, being paranoid.
Terrified.
Oh, my God.
I wasn't paranoid anymore. I was paranoid doing it. I was terrified when he stopped.
Not worth it, man.
Hennessy though, bang,
Well,
right in the fucking
that
action.
brings me. That brings me.
Just
to
drove away. See, officer, and then Hennessy got back in.
No, that brings me to a story that me and Mark talked about because we hadn't seen each other in 8
Jersey
years.
Turnpike.
The craziest thing.
Yeah,
So we're
I
on
know
the
this
Jersey
story.
Turnpike, and we're going towards Atlantic City, which we did a lot back then.
Jersey Turnpike takes you to Atlantic City?
Or no,
Oh.
AC Expressway.
AC Expressway.
And he's in.
Get some facts and come and see me.
Wow.
Okay, and we're smoking a blunt as we normally did before we went to AC and play cards. And we're in his SUV, and all of a sudden a cop car puts on his lights behind us. And Mark starts like freaking out. Holy shit, this thing is baked, blah, 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 this thing is baked. I'm like, just relax, just give it to me. I threw it out the window. The cop pulls us over. So we air out the car as we're driving before we stop. We're like airing out the car. The cop comes over, and we're like, there's no way. We smoked a blunt. I mean, it stinks.
Yeah.
So the cop comes in and he says, do you know why I pulled you over? And Mark's like, I don't know. He's like, you were speeding, blah, blah, blah. He's like, let me see your registration license. The cop comes back, gives Mark a warning, says, okay, guys, be on your way.
Yeah.
That was it.
And we both look at each other like it stinks. And he had a bag in his console, a pretty nice bag. And we couldn't believe it. Like, how did the cop not smell it at all? Not ask, nothing. Just said, okay, guys, be on your way.
Hey,
We were like, okay.
white privilege.
Wow.
So everybody.
Is that what
wants-
you think it was?
No,
That was
I
white
don't know.
privilege?
Just luck, man. Luck.
But it's weird, because
Destiny.
when you smoke a blunt in a car with the windows up, it's gonna reek, And for a cop to just not even bring it up, not even like do anything, we just kind of just said, okay, all right, we'll be on our way, and just kept driving.
I would have been like, just take me home.
And
dude.
he
I don't even
still-
want to go to Atlantic City right
and
now.
he still remembers,
Ugh.
those are times that you don't forget.
I wish. Well, I'm just glad they're over.
Okay.
Seriously.
All right.
Oy vey. Everybody wants to rule the world. Welcome to your life. There's no turning back.
Why are we doing this?
Just because. We're going to read the lyrics and just because. I feel like it. It's a thing that I'm going to do. You watch. All right?
Okay.
All right. Welcome to your life. There's no turning back. Even while we sleep, we will find you acting on your best behavior. Turn your back on Mother Nature. Everybody wants to rule the world. It's my own design. It's my own remorse. Help me to decide. Help me make the most of freedom and of pleasure. Nothing ever lasts forever. Everybody wants to rule the world. There's a room where light won't find you. Holding hands while the walls come tumbling down.
But this song, really? I mean, like, if you were doing, like...
When they
pop
do,
going-
I'll be right behind you. So glad we've almost made it. So sad they had to fade it. Everybody wants to rule the world. I can't stand this indecision. Married with a lack of vision. Everybody wants to rule the world. Say that you'll never, never, never need it. One headline. Why believe it? Everybody wants to rule the world. All for freedom and for pleasure. Nothing ever lasts forever. Everybody wants to rule
Is this Mike and the Mechanics?
the world. No, it's not
Soda?
Mike and the Mechanics.
Who is it?
It's Tears for Fears.
Tears for Fears.
Yeah,
Incredible songwriters.
I think so.
Incredible.
I think so.
I mean, brilliant. And what was the?
I don't know. I felt like reading lyrics.
I thought it was creepy as fuck. But I liked it.
I liked it too.
I liked it because of that.
It felt good.
I do like actually sometimes like poets, like talk like that, read
Right.
like that.
Yes.
And it's kind of comical because we all know kind of the music, and you're speaking in a different sound.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that song I think could have been.
Really?
Yeah, I wouldn't have done that song.
Okay, well, I gave you the choice. It could have been Under Pressure, which was deep, dude. Deep. Do you know the lyrics to Under Pressure?
I knew I chose appropriately as far as I'm concerned. I think I'd be twice as creeped out right now.
Really?
Yes, I know the lyrics to that song.
All right.
Under Pressure.
Oh, I don't know how, but I knew exactly how that was going to go. I liked it though. I think that should be. He should
Was
do
it
that
like-
a little more often?
Awkward.
It wasn't. No, it was creepy. There's a difference.
Yeah, it was a little creepy.
It sent a
Are
little
you
bit.
bugging out
it
right
sent
now?
a chill up my spine while you were doing it.
How about you get pulled over when you're smoking pot and the cop recites those fucking
Right.
lyrics to you?
And like when you try to interrupt him, like Matt does, and you,
right,
you give him that same
yeah,
look
right.
until he's
And
finished.
then the cop says, "Be on your way."
That would be worse than getting a ticket, I think. You would just be like, "What the hell just happened to me?" Oh my god.
Who are we to argue? You know? Matt's baffled, man.
No, I tell you, and I mean this in a good way. Like I feel like a complete loner on this set, sometimes because I don't understand things that should be understood.
I don't know if that should be understood, Matt. You don't have to worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Sometimes you can just let things go for not meaning anything
I
at
don't
all.
like letting things go.
Oh, man.
Tell me about it.
Also, one more thing real quick. I was walking past the Tri-County Band over here on Elmwood.
Yeah.
Kind of a weird joint, huh?
It was the old Assumption.
Yeah.
That's where Assumption started. And then they...
Wow,
Well, I
20
was-
years ago.
50s.
yeah,
50s. Or before that.
That's that would have been like 2 rooms, 2,
Yeah.
3.
Oh, yeah, they
It was
were
a
small. The
church before it
Catholics
was a
were humble back then.
Yeah.
They were.
They had to make their way.
Yeah,
in
they
the
did.
world, Matt.
They did. It was a
They
Protestant
hadn't
world.
been here for 10,000 years, man.
Right.
Like
Well,
some
anyway,
people.
I was talking to a guy outside of it. We walked by. He had a shirt that said the Bronx. I'm like, "You from the Bronx?" He's a real old guy. He's like, "Yeah, I grew up there." He's like, "I moved when I was 13." I'm like, "Oh." He's like, "I grew up 2 blocks from Yankee Stadium." I'm like, "Wow, you must have
That
grew
is
up."
pretty neat.
He's like, "Oh yeah, Roger Maris, Joe DiMaggio. That's when I was a little kid. He was a huge Yankees
that
fan."
was his first 13
But
years.
he invited us to come watch.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
To come watch what?
the band play.
the band.
Monday nights at 8.
To watch the 46 Yankees.
Yeah, 46.
The fuck?
That's all I got, ladies and gentlemen.
What do they play in there?
Woodwind instruments and horns and stuff.
Woodwind.
Yeah, woodwind
Do you
and
know
brass.
woodwind?
I know Stevie Winwood, who when I think of woodwind instruments,
Yes.
You think of
for
Steve
some
Winwood.
reason I think of Stevie
Because
Winwood.
they sound similar. Not a huge mystery, man.
That's correct.
Oh my god. All right, we're going to
Okay,
call
I
this.
Who's gonna wrap it
We're
up?
gonna
Who's
call
gonna
this.
wrap it up?
I think
Matt.
Bill should wrap it
No,
up.
wrap it up.
Matt is always the one.
Matt,
Why
wrap
does
it
he
up.
always do this?
Wrap it up, man.
I
You're in
always
one of your
wrap it
weird
up.
moods where you don't want to close it out. Just close it out.
Does it for another
you know what?
weird edition of the Unfinished Basement Podcast. For Bill and Tim, I'm Matt. Godspeed.